Greetings, students and teachers. So I am Alexis Mae Nuylan and I'm going to present my essay, which is entitled What It Takes to Be a Teacher. We teachers have our own philosophy when it comes to education. As a young future educator, I do believe that education in mind is something that we cannot preserve, but education itself remains alive and past through generation, and its limitation is infinite. In this world full of modern technology and new inventions created by different people all around us, I can say that knowledge are everywhere. That many of the things that we explore, see, and knew are provided in one stop with the help of technology itself. That we are surrounded with wisdom and information that we require and needed in order for us to develop or invent things, to obtain new knowledge, to apply proven concepts on assessment, projects, and even conducting future study with means of basis and evidence that are provided by past knowledge. Just like on how books and Google give us an almost unlimited access to literature, studies, research, and new knowledge that has been gathered in numerous descendant or living people over time or generations. That may be from a hero, a philosopher, a genius one, or even from a legendary being or a president. Though it might be lost in the mind of the possessor, still, it remains useful, alive, and disseminated as years pass, a type of education that will be remembered. Teachers are known for having what we call the natural aptitude or the capacity to do well on particular or specific field. As a result, a competent teacher has a natural aptitude or talent for teaching. One of those natural capacities that I acquired since I was little was being a curious and creative type of a person. There are things that will caught my attention that lead to unstoppable questions of me to different people. And sometimes, being unsatisfied with the answers I get, I will do a further research to it until I am fully equipped to the information that I wanted to hear. Though curiosity don't strike most of the time, what's nice is that the expertise on doing research about different things is acquired within me. And I know that this aptitude will help me become a better teacher, because a teacher must not only know the basics. It is much better if another knowledge and ideas will be shared to their students. Next is being creative. Most of the teachers that are not born for having creativity within themselves practices on how to be a creative one. Though being creative can be practiced, it is something I was born with. I am creative and at the same time innovative in my own way. As a matter of fact, I view creativity as a much colorful and experienced type or way of teaching. The setup in the classroom will help students to have a better place in studying and to be more motivated because what they'll be seeing is pleasing to the eyes. On the other hand, being creative not only applies to the surroundings, but also to the way a teacher is teaching. Considering a much enjoyable way of educating someone, like having educational games for kids' enjoyment and such, will help students to be more active. Through this, the concept of enjoying while learning is being applied.
Our next game is called concentration, following the rhythm. Each one of you will be assigned a number and remember that number. So let's assign numbers first. Let's start from Tikon, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so we're 10. You're going to say your number first and then you pass it to the other student. So let's practice first. Concentration. Ready, go. Concentration, following the rhythm. Concentration, now begin.
Though we see teaching as an enjoyable profession, there are still things that we need to consider when entering this path. We must know and keep at heart the code of ethics in order for us to achieve being a fully fledged professional teacher in all aspects. Code of ethics will help us future educators to provide an environment that encourages and supports each and every student learnings. So this will serve as our guide in identifying the essence of responsibilities that are necessary in teaching process that will assist us in achieving and maintaining the highest credible mark of ethical standards. So the ethical standards that are needed to be enhanced and developed. Just like on how I will also develop and will serve the moral foundation principle as an educator in the future. This code of ethics and moral foundation of principle should not only be in mind but also in our hearts. In the guidance of this, I will indulge myself in ethical and moral principles as a teacher so that I can take my profession seriously and professionally, and be more mindful on how a teacher like me should act in front of my students and my colleagues. like having a mindset of not competing but instead helping my colleagues, being on time, being resourceful and positive on every views and challenges that I will be facing. Because knowing and applying them to myself will serve as my starting and foundation in helping me improve my abilities as a teacher, whether in terms of knowledge or behavior. The purpose of education is to provide intellectuals and educated workforce to drive all activities in community. The challenge of formulating an efficient education system is difficult since it must have a framework that allows for future advancement. Originally, education was provided in a variety of ways to various populations. Some individuals were treated more favorably than most others. As a result, it was critical for any authority to devise suitable measures to make sure that the system were both successful and adaptable in order to aid their progress. In this situation, this is where global education enters. When we say global education, it is simply defined or known as a method of teaching that aims to produce better global citizens. This indicates that the emphasis is not just on being skilled in any language or learning multiple languages, but its goal is to also experience various nations and cultures and study how civilizations are interrelated. As a result, global teachers should be required in order to comply with the requirement of having global education. If I were to become a global teacher, I will be that competent teacher who must equip with the necessary abilities, attitudes, and global ideals to educate children in any location around the world. I will entail not only teaching but also teaching and educating pupils about the essence of cultural diversity and valuing the contribution of diverse ethnic as well as demonstrating cultural awareness.
Most reasons they have in our classroom, we have a whole diverse group of students who come to us. I have the opportunity to really broaden their understanding so that when they step outside, they approach every situation, every person with an open mind, because the person that they see in front of the classroom, she's different.
Oh, that's nice, Flower. Children, especially at this age, need positive role models. A lot of students come from single-parent households. Maybe they don't have a male figure at home, and they need someone to look up to, especially the boys. Was an airplane robot?
And to see a successful minority teacher who's reflective of them, I think is a powerful message.
The teachers wear so many other hats. We're life coaches, we're counselors. We are father figures. We're all these different things because these are what our students need.
We need a clean area. It's not only about teaching students content and taking tests, it's about growth as a person.
As a global teacher, receiving a global education will assist and enable students to recognize diversity of thought, ethnic differences, and effectively communicate across races and cultures, as well as it will give disciplinary and cross-disciplinary knowledge to start investigating and take measures on issues that are important to them and the world. Global education will serve as a powerful tool for promoting and encouraging the world to have unity and be globally inclined. Engaging myself on becoming a professional teacher means having a goal or plan on how will I transform myself as one of them. It may sound simple to others thinking that this profession only involves purely teaching, but they are wrong. Being on this profession means a bigger responsibility that a future teacher like me will be getting. Setting goal is needed. Everything should be in accordance and in plan. And one of the biggest moves that I should do as a future teacher should start within myself. Attending seminars, conference, or even workshop is beneficial in a way that it can help me or any teachers improve communication skills, learn from others while also improving own skills and knowledge in a particular field, can also receive expert knowledge from the formal event, gain a new companion, and reinvigorate motivation and confidence inside me. Working on an individual research or investigation will also help in enhancing my knowledge further, since there are many opportunities that are offered in order for teachers to be more skilled in their field. So professional development can assist both new and veteran teachers in gaining the confidence they need in the classroom. Its effectivity also aids instructors in shaping career-long learning, so it motivates teachers to take an active role in their own education and guarantees that both students and teachers are enthusiastic to learn. Knowing it is possible that teachers may be discouraged by a lack of professional development resources, this will serve as a sign and message that every teacher should invest in teaching quality and the high type of education which children needed the most.